It is such a pleasure to be here with you. I've, yeah, I'm just so grateful. And whenever we join like this, it's always for me. And so I am completely open to receive the gifts of whatever is to come through for all of you and myself. So let's get really excited here. So, this mini course, The Bridge, Living as I Am, kind of came along in a surprising way. It's always that way, isn't it? I don't, I have read a few teachings of Ramana, um, but to kind of share the genesis of where this came from, I was in meditation and I just started hearing this very loving voice say, "The world is illusion. Brahman is real. And the world is Brahman." And that third part is what I am so excited about. And we have 3 sessions together to build and to open and to draw and to cultivate this inner intimacy so that we might really experience the fruits of what it means to say, the world is Brahman. So that we might be the bridge from the human to divinity, to live as I am in this moment, as ourselves, fully unadulterated, completely authentic, and feeling completely worthy to have our lived experience. And so I start with that because that's my intention. And I open this and I hope that we can experience whatever it is that we're to experience in our time together. To be really honest with what's coming up in you and very curious. Because what I'm hearing in my mind is we are all mystics at the razor's edge of consciousness, and what's so fun is that we get to courageously take that step forward into the unknown, and in the company of mighty companions, in the company of this beautiful field of grace, we can feel safe in taking that next step deeper into our own hearts. So we'll sit with that for a second and feel that kind of starting to percolate in your own body. Doing whatever you feel like you need to do to open to this invitation. So the bridge, in a nutshell, is a conceptual tool that leads us back to ourself. And that's the whole fun of this, the whole goal. I'm hoping, because even though I went through graduate school, used to do all this research, I still need things to be very simple, or else I start getting distracted and lost. So we are going to start today by breaking down Ramana's beautiful 3-line truth. And we're going to start with the world is illusion today. And I am not going to say anything that you don't know. That's really not the point of our time together. The point is to draw us closer and closer into my relationship with myself when I say the world is illusion? What is the truth that I'm holding about myself? And so, again, we're just going to be so gracious and coming back, back, back to what does it mean to be myself in this moment? What am I not okay with? What's coming up that I feel like I need to change or is uncomfortable, or patterns that make me go into problem-solving mode? I've got a lot of tricks to solve problems, but the problem is it's like whack-a-mole. When you start solving problems, more start coming up. So it's like... yeah. So I've spent, and I know I'm in good company here, most of my life contemplating the question of who am I? And again, we're just coming closer and closer and closer to just opening up with great honesty and grace and curiosity as to who am I being in this moment. We're just coming to cultivate this inner intimacy with ourselves. Everything is okay. It's all going according to plan. And if I am even here now, starting to notice dynamics that are arising, I just take full responsibility for the choice that I'm making now, the interpretation I have about myself. I let it go. And I relax into this the highest alignment of myself, of joy. So this preamble I'm hearing is kind of necessary for myself to keep me in my lane here. My mind loves talking about all the little idiosyncrasies, but that's really not what's important in this time together. This is a very targeted period to narrow in with surgical precision on what am I giving myself now? Who am I choosing to be in this instant? And in that decision point, that's the bridge, that choice. And so we're just coming with great clarity on what choice I'm making about myself. And when I asked kind of in these meditations about what do I share about the world as illusion, my friends know all about that. It's really to teach what I have to learn, what I'm learning at this moment, which is a reframe from the world as illusion to the way I'm seeing myself in this moment is distorted, untrue, illusory. And now I have a choice that I can make to let go of those perceptions, those judgments, and to relax into the truth of who I am, to then live as I am. And so, again, I'm saying this for myself mostly. This is not a matter of intellect at all. And so I'm seeing myself as this active emptying out process of concepts, of philosophical beliefs, of physical theories, and I'm just laying them on the altar. Because what I want now for myself and what I'm inviting you into is the pure, unadulterated experience of being you without concepts. And so I welcome you to that. Welcome us all kind of standing around in a circle and just letting go, relaxing, all the things that we think we know. And we're just laying it at the puja table, at the feet of divinity, saying, you take this. The experience of me is more important than understanding. I don't need to understand. And in that relaxing, we're opening to knowing. Knowing our true experience as ourself. So this is really powerful stuff. This is exciting. And so let's all get into the bus. Divinity's driving. I'll be your tour guide, so I'll be the guy with like the little mic and pointing things out. I get to go on the tour as well, is the point. And let's just all relax. Let's just all soften. And just be open to how love is finding you now. To be open to this whole reclamation process that's been unfolding so perfectly, so completely. But what I'm feeling in my heart, it's time for you to feel the tenderness of this love, the gentleness, the softness. And that is your choice now to give it to yourself. Okay. I was really just been so excited to connect with y'all on this little mini course thing, and I was in meditation, and a lot of times we all have the ways in which divinity reaches us. Those little whispers of light. Some friends of mine, it's just like a gut feeling. It's some see things, some hear, voice. Other times I have other friends who'll kind of get these like impressions or sacred geometry. And for me, a lot of times I go into stillness and I hear just a very loving voice. And for another mini course, I've been shown many times that that's just my own voice speaking outside of the illusion to kind of blanket me in this wholeness that we are experiencing now as a group. And I felt to share the kind of this poem that came through when I was just asking in complete honesty and sincerity, very much like we've done together, letting go of concepts. I don't need to know. I'm just opening this flow, this receptivity. And this poem came through as kind of like an opening to our time together. And I'm wondering, am I able, Shauna, to share my screen? Is that something I can do? Okay, I'm going to get to that. Great. And so this is, okay, here we go. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Okay, and so let me know. How can we see it okay? Okay. If
Yes.
if you want me to drop it, it might be too long to put it in the chat, but I'm happy to email it as well after our session. So here I was, it was so beautiful. It was just like, and every session that we do together, even if we're talking about the world is not real, there is just this absolute celebration for your beingness. And that's what I felt with this poem, that regardless of where we think we are, regardless of the current circumstance, just everything is perfect because there is the opportunity to choose again. And we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Okay. So again, like we've been sharing, this is one of those things that, I invite you to have your own experience. Um, and let me know in the chat how you're feeling, and I would love to, we can discuss more if that's what's called in this moment. All right, so it came through as the course title, The Bridge, Living as I Am. And we all start here on the bridge at the first stage, at the crossing. The bridge is not between two worlds. It is the space where love remembers itself, where the seeker lays down his map and the path dissolves beneath his feet. The unraveling. The world says become, but truth whispers be. And in that stillness, everything is undone. Illusion softens like mist at dawn, revealing the face that was never lost. The remembering. Brahman is real, but so is this breath. The pulse in your wrists, the ache in your chest. Divinity is not distant. It's dressed in your skin, painting the sacred in every ordinary thing. The embodiment. The bridge is you, the crossing complete. You are the painter and the painted, the river and the reflection, the I that is forever becoming I am. And so again, this is our process. This is the encapsulation of our time together in this mini course. Going from believing we have to do something to simply being that which we were created to be. Loving, free, whole, innocent, complete. Realizing that we are the miracle itself. Okay, beautiful. Okay, let me just look in the chat. Anyone? Do we need any? How we doing? Doing good? All right. Great. I'm feeling good as well. This is so much fun. Okay. So the world is not real. Has anyone else had that? Like, I have spent so much time with that statement, you know? And I have used that statement in kind of a malicious way towards myself at times, like kind of like committing subtle violence. Like, you know, well, why does this matter so much? The world isn't real. At certain times it's like trying to get to a place that's outside of this moment, meaning like rejecting some scenario because I believed it was the agent that would cause fear, pain, something to get someplace else because the world wasn't real. Like some aspect of, negation. The world isn't real. What does that mean about me in this moment as myself? Because I believe I'm a body in this moment, that's interesting. Then do I need to go somewhere else? Is that what awakening is? That I awaken and then like my reality shifts in an instant? These are all questions that that I've had that have come from this sense of the world is not real. And I've followed, several different types of non-dual traditions, but A Course in Miracles has been the one that, I've resonated with the most, and that is a core teaching of the Course. And so what I realized is that, which is really interesting, how the analytical mind can co-opt a pointing like that in a way that creates almost a paradigm or belief structure to keep myself even more limited. Oh, I've got to strive to get to a goal because I'm not real, but who am I? I've got to find it out. Once I get there, I'll know. And so like there's just so much spinning. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And kind of cutting, for myself, detaching me from the experience of just being me now, which is the key. There's nothing else that is relevant other than your own experience. So, this discussion is, again, it's all for me. It's where my heart is leading me in this moment. And what I noticed in the past was there's a very strong, what I would say, a male kind of driven, from an energetic standpoint, something that's really driving from the standpoint of understanding wisdom, or kind of wisdom, precise spiritual practices that would cut through like mind chatter, attentional refinement. These are things that I really prioritized to fulfill the goal of understanding what it meant by the world is not real. Now, what's coming in my heart is the feminine aspect. This idea of pure beingness, pure potentiality, the gentleness in the softness of whatever you do, you are always enough. You're always whole. You're always innocent. It's just this loving field of grace. This masculine aspect combined with this beautiful feminine potentiality is really what we're looking at now. Just the fullness of you, the beauty of you. And so again, just to kind of reframe and recapitulate, the world is not real, so it's not a problem to be solved. It's not something to be overcome, forgiven, regulated against, controlled, etc. These are all very, very important tools to a point. But it's like if you break your arm, you're not going to be or leg, you're not going to be walking around on crutches for your entire life. Those are tools at a point in time when you needed them. And trust me, on a day-to-day basis, they're tools that I need and utilize. But when we start to really, really rely on those tools above and beyond of just being with ourselves, then it becomes a little bit of a handicap. And so, again, coming back to this, the world is not real. I would just open and invite us into the reframe. When I say the world is not real, what I want for myself to come back to with simplicity and precision in this field of grace is that the way I'm currently seeing myself is not clear, is not accurate, or it might be distorted compared to the way God, the Holy Spirit, Source, the one infinite creator sees us. And so what we're really looking at is what the Course says, and a lot of other non-dual, beautiful non-dual traditions would say, is that we are not fighting against anything. We're simply coming to the moment that we realized, oh, wow, am I making this choice to see myself in this way? Oh, how curious. Is that accurate? Huh. I wonder what it would be like if I chose the way, love sees me in this moment. What would that be like? Could I experiment with that? It's just that little openness, that little willingness to see it differently. And so the miracle is really just reclaiming what's already ours. The miracle is stepping into the frequency of yourself. Pure, unadulterated, whatever it is that you're inspired by in the moment. But we can't do that unless we're here. We can't do that unless we are experiencing that which is arising. And there's absolutely no shame or judgment for doing whatever it is you think you need to do when the intensity starts to arise, when you feel like you can't, when you fill in the blank. But the power is starting to notice what I'm choosing in that moment. Oh my gosh. Do I have I'll bring my lovely family. I have 2 girls, 2 and 6. So the I even hate to say it, but I'm like I'm laughing in my head, but sometimes I feel victimized by my 2-year-old. It's like, no, I don't want that yogurt. No, I do want that yogurt. No, no, I don't. Then I throw it on the floor. So, but watching, these are such clear and important teachers for me because what I've noticed over the past year had been the tendency when frustration reached a threshold, then I'd be jumping out into the future, projecting into problem solving. I wouldn't be here. I'd be gone. I'd lose myself. I'd choose some mechanism or means versus being in the intensity of the experience. There's nothing wrong with that. It just perpetuates the problem. That's the only thing that comes with that. And so, again, really, we're not solving the problem. We're just choosing a different interpretation on what's arising. I started to realize in those experiences that what I was, for lack of a better word, dissociating from wasn't necessarily the intensity of the lived feeling that was arising. It was the shame and the judgments that were coming in that I was believing about myself because I was having the intensity associated with someone who I feel like is innocent, completely loving, guiltless. How could I be having these thoughts about that? That was the the trampoline into dissociation. And so, but that was so helpful to see because now, oh my gosh. So it's not the thing that I'm being confronted with that's the challenge. It's all the judgments about the challenge arising that is creating the mess, so to speak. And the message that I kept getting was just rest here. Don't try to change it. Honor your experience. Be so gentle with yourself. Be soft. Be warm. Do what you have to do. It doesn't mean that anything changes in form. There still can be structure. There still can be discipline. There still can be like our lovely child needs to know what the rules are of the house so that we can operate as a loving community here. But that doesn't mean that I need to leave myself to provide that structure. That's doing service to nobody. So that message is the one that, I feel is going to be carrying us through this mini course. This living as I am is an experience of ease, gentleness, flow. What am I choosing for myself now, in this moment? What is completely, purely what I'm inspired to do right now, regardless of what I've done in the past? Wow, that really opens up a lot of freedom. But, the world is illusion. I'm not seeing myself so clearly sometimes, which means that I've got to look at all the things that I still believe that are holding me back, that are getting in the way with my freedom, all the ways that I feel like I'm not free. Belief in sacrifice, the belief that responsibility for my children. I have to protect them. I have to make all this money. Like whatever it is. But, and it's so beautiful that we can come together in a forum like this. Even now, in this moment, dynamically watching these things start to arise, but without the fuel and fire of judgment, they just kind of drift off in the beautiful, expansive vista of you. Now, I will admit, and I think if we all talked one-on-one, that you would admit to me as well, that we have our favorites, like the things that keep us locked in to that structure. Over time, mine, a lot of mine have been like overachievement, people-pleasing, and unworthiness has been one that's come up a lot. And I bring these up because when these structures are seen, when we believe we have to do things to keep our bodies safe, then we cannot be with our lived experience. So if I feel like I've got to please someone else, wife, children, family, I'm going to dismiss what I'm feeling in place of fulfilling someone else's needs. And here we go again. I've lost myself. I'm not seeing myself clearly, and I'm fitting right into this beautiful opening by Ramana, the world is not real, because I'm not seeing myself clearly, because I believe that I need to fulfill these needs versus being myself as the solution. And that becomes kind of heavy once we start to realize it. And I know I'm just preaching to the choir here. The thing that I want us to carry in our hearts today, and as long as we feel invited, is that the only thing that's ever happening is us being ourselves or leaving ourselves. Am I with my experience, or am I off in thought world trying to fix the experience? That's it. And we've got like so many mighty companions, supports to help us come back to now. And there's no shame, no guilt, none of that for leaving ourselves. That is, that's the judgment that starts to come up. Well, I've got to do, here we go again with unworthiness. Oh, I've got to do X, Y, Z till I'm worthy to come back to myself. Meaning like I have to have this huge achievement to show everybody that, I'm worthy of being me. Oh my God, that's just, that's torture. And I lived a lot of my life in that regard. I remember going to silent meditation retreats, 2 weeks long. It's like, I'm gonna get over this after this retreat. Yeah, I'll show you. It took 2 weeks of silence. But I love myself for it. And, I love you for it. It's so perfect. Because this truth here, it's not coming to mess with any of your stuff. It's just saying here, when you're ready, just give it to me. Just hand it over. It's not like I'm coming in with, the SWAT team's coming into your mind and we're gonna rescue you. It's just, it's like, no, I'm coming through with the light of my beingness and all of you, and we're just walking through, the mansion of our minds, and we're just opening all the windows so the light can come in. That's all we're doing. We're just clearing it out. We're just opening more and more, being as free as we're willing to be and to accept now. Yeah. So, no solving that problem. We're feeling the intensity of what's arising. And we're resting and basking in the pure, unadulterated ease of just being ourselves. And that could look incredibly messy. I do not want to say that it has to look any sort of way. But it's the process. Like, what I love about what the Course in Miracles says is, like, the Holy Spirit looks upon devastation and judges it not. And that's all we're doing with what's arising in the mind. That's it. We're staying with ourselves and in the company of our own holiness. We're looking upon what we believe we've done, what we believe we've created, and judged it not. So if I went back a year to my 2-year-old throwing things, all the yogurt on the ground, and then all the shame coming up with, all the judgments, and then the shame propelling me into problem-solving mode, which was yelling, at the time, which is just like, get this energy out of me. I cannot handle it, But, we're coming back now to the cause. The effect could look completely the same, but when we are allowing the truth of ourselves to radiate, the same effect will feel very different to the perceptual field. It's fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Okay. I could go on. How's everybody feeling? How are we doing? Good. 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 Okay. So this is so exciting when we start to feel that, when we start to realize, wow, I'm not seeing myself clearly. Oh, shoot. That's really exciting, because now we have the choice to let go of whatever it is that's not serving us in the moment. And the reason this is so exciting is we start to skip down the path towards joy, peace, and ease, because all the lessons now are of our holiness. Like the Holy Spirit, Source, God, Brahman, whatever symbol you use, the only thing now that it's teaching us is how loving we are, how safe we are, how innocent we are. So we allow this devastation, these frequencies that we've wanted to just get out of us, just project. No, I don't want it. It's like a hot potato. Out. You take it. We've dealt with that for so long. And now it's like, it's almost like this beautiful reclamation where we felt like we were unworthy and with so many different things. We felt like we've done so many things wrong, even subtly, and we've tried to, squash it, repress it, whatever, project it. But now we just sit with open arms and allow all those parts of ourselves to come back home. Just like how the Holy Spirit or God or Source or Infinite Creator has metaphorically their arms open, inviting us into the fullness of ourselves. Come back to love. Choose again. It's always available. And so as these parts are coming up, we don't see them in judgment. We see it in almost excitement and jubilation, like, yes, come home. You're whole. Come. Come here, dear one. Come here, my child. And with this, we start to learn, as I said, we become the happy learner. Oh, I was so wrong the way that I interpreted that. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And it's not intellectual. It's experiential. Oh, I felt my body contract so much around that car that did that illegal left-hand turn that I almost hit. That's right. That's right. And it's just gonna catch fire in the most fun way. And it's so much momentum. Woohoo, I'm wrong. Oh, I wonder why I thought that way. How curious is that? You mean I don't have to leave this experience? I can just sit here and be myself. Wow. And we find that what grows with this experience too is, again, as we began this session, this experience of inner intimacy. Wow. I'm so grateful for this body. I'm so grateful for this experience. I get to live this life. I get to do all of these things. And now, what's so fun is that I get to follow my inspiration. Because I have been here with myself with such commitment, honoring the things that are arising, I'm now very clear. I have allowed all these things, but now I'm clear on what I want to accept in my holy mind. So as we continue these sessions, these are things that we're going to build upon, of course. But, and we're stepping into this freedom. Oh my gosh, you mean that I felt safe by being unworthy for this whole time because I just didn't want to feel it deeply? And now that I have, in the context of this love that's here now, I can make a different choice when similar scenarios start to arise. Oh my gosh, that is the bridge to freedom. That's the bridge to creativity, to excitement, to living a life that is so fun, so full. Like, that's why I'm so excited that we're here together, because that's what my heart calls for. My heart calls for this beautiful blossoming in all of our minds. Someone, and just being us. So, okay, so I might be a daisy. Someone else is a rose. Someone else is a grapevine. It's all beautiful. Be the grapevine. Don't be a daisy. Be a rose. Don't be the grapevine. You have your own beautiful reflection of this fractal of the one infinite creator. So we're coming to this inner intimacy so we can start to accept that fully, step into it, embrace it, receive it, and then extend it in joy, just like a flower radiates. Just how a flower blossoms. Oh, I'm going to give my beautiful aroma to whomever would walk by to experience it. I'm going to witness the world through the lens of my beauty. And so, yeah, we start today with the world is not real. Your experience is real to you, and so we need to honor that. When we get a more clear understanding of that experience, of what it means to be me in this moment, it opens us to clarity for the choice of what I'm choosing in this moment. When we become clear and really good at choosing our highest excitement, even though the world is not real, we then cross the threshold into Brahman is real. That's so exciting. The world ends in happy laughter. The happy learner is open to seeing Brahman in all things because they're choosing it in their heart. They're giving it to themselves first. And so when we say the world is not real, we're saying simply that I'm not giving myself the love that I deserve, that is my birthright. And in doing so, I'm creating some really distorted things and trying to keep myself safe in highly ingenious ways. We'll just put it that way. Very ingenious, but maladaptive. We can, at best. So, all I'm saying, in the company of this light and this grace, is that we're coming back to ourself. That's it. Incredible simplicity. And then we simply watch all the ways we don't want to go through it. We don't want to be it. We don't want to do it. Beautiful. Because in that witnessing, wow, now we have a new choice. And this is the on-ramp, the bridge to living the life that is incredibly miraculous, fun, and joyous. So, okay, well, how much fun. I'm going to stop now just in case we have any questions or comments, because I could just go and go and go. Yes, go ahead, Melanie. Oh, Melanie, looks like you're muted, my friend.
Oh,
Hey, there you are.
okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So when I read your poem, I just loved it. And I think like in the second verse or something, it's about not becoming, just being. But
Yeah.
then at the end of the poem, there was something about I'm becoming I am. So I was like, oh, so I'm not just being I am? I kind of didn't understand.
Yeah,
I
that
think
one was kind of
just
interesting to
being.
me. When I asked, it was just the constant unfoldment of who you are. It's like the image I got was just this beautiful flower perceptually opening more and more and more and more to the love of God or source.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I understand that. But do you understand what I mean about in the beginning,
Yeah,
where
I
we're
do.
not becoming, we're
Yeah,
just being, but
the
at the end
question
we'll be
is the
more.
world says become, but truth whispers be. And I
Right.
think the only way that flower opens is if you are fully being yourself in that, in truth. And the broader becoming from a sphere, a standpoint of pure divinity is that I think that is supposed to kind of meaning like there's no finish line. There's just a perceptual flowering into freedom and
Oh,
expansion.
I got it. It's like if I'm grounded in just being, I blossom into I.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. That's a great,
Yeah.
thank you for that. Yolanda says, as free as we're willing to be. Yes. I love that, Yolanda. That's right. That's right. Hey, Yolanda.
Howdy! I'm so glad to, see you in person. Lord Joyce shares so much things that you write, with us, and it's
Oh,
really
cool.
great to,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really great to see you and hear you in person. And I just want to thank you for your joy, your laughter. I mean, I just feel like I really relate to that. I just really relate to the joy of just being in existence. I mean, and I've come to that after, as many of us do, after loss and hurt and tragedy and all those kind of things. But it's genuine. I mean, it really is. In a lot of ways, there, excuse me, have been points in my life where I thought, the circumstances would truly take me down. Um, and they didn't. So I just want to thank you for the lovely, encouraging, inspirational, joyous message that you bring. Thank you very much, Andy.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Yolanda, and for everybody, it feels now like it's always this or better, you know? Like that's what we're stepping into. That's the excitement. And you have to be totally yourself for us to have any idea what that means. So let's start there for this time in between our next session and report back in the field what you find. Hmm. Is there a way I can share this poem with y'all? Would you, maybe I'll email it and disseminate it accordingly? Sean, is that okay?
Yeah, that'd be great. And then I can put it in along with our post of the recording so people
Yeah,
will have it. That'd be
nice.
great.
Perfect. Okay. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think Laura's got it. That's right. Oh, well, I appreciate the love, y'all. This has been such a pleasure. This is a co-collaboration. So y'all here, we set such a beautiful intention. And I think the joy will be us continuing to cultivate it um, in between the sessions. So that'll definitely be my homework as well. Okay, until we see each other again. Thank you, thank you.